Hello and welcome back. Today's video is me giving you a match reaction. I'm going to give you my thoughts after Luton won 8-1 in the latest pre-season friendly game. I know it's only pre-season and I know it's a friendly, but there are a few talking points which I wanted to talk about and also pick out a few things from the game. Before I do, smash the like button for me. Let me know your thoughts down in the video comments if you did watch the game. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. We are very close to hitting 5,000 subscribers and I would love to do this before the season starts. So please, for EFL and Luton content, smash that subscribe button. It is free to do so. Now, before going into this game, there was a lot of talk online. Lots of talk on apparently some players have left the pre-season camp. They are potentially leaving the football club and so on. It has been confirmed that McGuinness suffered an illness and was sent home, and also Fane picked up a knock and also got sent home. You can tell there was an impact in illness throughout the camp because the likes of Ali also didn't play in the friendly today. So because of the impact of the illness and maybe a couple of players picking up knocks or players not being ready, lots of under 21 players actually got invited to fly out to Slovenia to feature in the game today, and a lot of them got to play and they really did impress. But before I actually talk about the game itself, I do want to talk about what Matt Bloomfield said. If you haven't seen the video, Luton every day this week have been posting up a video of what's happening behind the scenes of pre-season, and they did interview Matt Bloomfield in the latest episode, and he basically said, sorry that I'm late, I was talking to a potential new signing. So it just proves that there are still business to be done. We are still trying to recruit, and also I can imagine there will be one or two players also leaving the football club. Definitely a couple of players were missing in this game, but I don't think that matters too much because a lot of the youngsters who did feature really did step up. Now, the game which we played was against the team in the second division of Slovenia football. I'm not going to disrespect them by trying to pronounce their name. I will struggle, but they have NK in the title. So for this video, we are going to call them NK. We beat them 8-1. Now, the game itself was split up in basically 4 30-minute games. And then Luton kind of rotated the starting 11 after 60 minutes. Gradually in pre-season, players work their minutes up to the point where they can complete 90 minutes by the time the first game of the season starts. Very common in how we go about pre-season. But straight away, I just want to say this pre-season is 10 times better than last pre-season. For starters, the standard is there. The intent is there. The tempo is there. The players actually are fit for once. Of course, they are not fully match fit, but for this game, they were actually getting there. They are so much fitter than what they were last year. I don't know what went wrong last year. I don't know how bad it got last year, but wow, that's a different level to what I'm seeing right now. What I'm seeing right now is how pre-season should be done. There is a clear direction on how Matt Bloomfield is trying to, employ his football tactics into the players. You can see the players are trying to understand that philosophy. It's just so much clearer to me when watching us. And I watched the Bournemouth game and I watched this game. Yes, I know it's pre-season and I know it's early days, but already it looks better. It looks miles better. But anyway, the first 60 minutes, not the greatest, I have to be honest with you. The first 30 minutes, definitely very scrappy. It was a very physical game. We are going to come across against teams that are going to be physical and don't really want to play proper football against us. So I guess it's good practice. But yeah, it did lack a lot of quality. I think I missed a Woodrow chance because I took my eye off the screen for a split second. There were no replays, so I couldn't rewatch it back. Mans Anderson had a very good chance, but we did score. We had a goal from Zach Nelson. I think it came in the second 30 minutes. which was a fantastic ball on the right-hand side for Walters, puts in a fantastic cross in for Zach Nelson, who hits it on the volley, puts us 1-0 up. And then, yeah, the second 30 minutes. So the first 30 minutes was very slow, wasn't really showing any real bit of quality, not many chances. But then once they had like a little break, 5-minute chat, then the real tempo of the game got miles better. Clark had a few opportunities. Luca looked really good. Naki Wells did play the first 30 minutes. He was the only one out of the new signings who signed this week that actually featured in this game. He only played the first 30, and then he came off after 30 minutes in replace of Luca. Luca was very lively, very, very good. I was very impressed with Luca's performance. I was also very impressed with Walter's performance. Again, Isaiah Jones didn't feature in this game. And if Walters, puts in really good performances in pre-season, he's putting his name in the hat to actually starting the opening day of the season. I am a bit confused on the actual system going forward. In this game, we did play with 3 centre-backs, with the 2 wing-backs, with 3 midfielders and 2 strikers. That's the formation for the whole game, but I think we did that due to personnel being missing. I think the right type of players that were needed to play the 4-2-3-1 weren't quite available for today's match. But yeah, Walters, if we are going to play with the 3 centre-backs, with the 2 wing-backs, I'm not too sure if he's going to play ahead of Isaiah Jones, because Isaiah Jones is the better footballer out of the 2. But saying that, if Isaiah Jones isn't ready, Walters will be definitely first name on the on the team sheet in replacing Isaiah Jones. But yeah, very, very good performance by him. I'm really liking Saville. I think he's going to be like that dirty little rat in midfield. I love calling players little rats. I don't mean it to disrespect them. I just like calling them a little rat, where they just, every time there's a chance to win the ball back, they are there, winning the ball back, and recovering and going again. The amount of turnovers Saville did in the first 60 minutes was amazing. You could just tell that we absolutely needed him last season. So I'm really happy that we've managed to bring him for this upcoming season. But yeah, he's going to be, I think, one of my favourite players for Luton. Really, really good performance from him. I really liked what he did against Bournemouth last week. And again, it's another solid performance from him. And also a good performance from Clark as well. And I also thought Mans Anderson was good. I haven't been his biggest fan, but I also thought his performance was quite good in the first 60 minutes. But then after the first 60 minutes happened, this is when the goal started to happen. And it was just another, again, we just went up the gears. Obviously, complete, freshness in the starting, in the players on the pitch. Nordas scoring. He actually took his first chance. Young Harris up top alongside him, also scoring goals. Alfie also featured for 30 minutes. We haven't quite seen him, throughout this pre-season. We've not seen many, him in videos and in photos, but he did feature for 30 minutes. Baptiste got a goal. I thought that second 60 minutes was really, really good. The youngsters that played, very, very good performance from all of them. I don't really want to pick out a couple of them, but as a collective, I thought a lot of them took their chance. And there's a young centre-half called Vladimir who scored one of the goals. I think it was from one of the free kick set pieces, which I put on my notes here. I thought he didn't look out of place. He's very, very tall. I remember seeing him at Bournemouth, and I was like, who the hell was he? Then I looked at the pictures online to see who these younger players were, and then I realised, right, it's him. Massively tall, really good at, playing the ball out from the back. Just did not look out of place. Really, really good performance from him. And yeah, took his goal extremely well. Naismith played in the second 60 minutes as well alongside him, helped guide him. And also Christ Makosso was the right-sided centre-back. Walton, who didn't feature against Bournemouth, was the goalkeeper in the second 60 minutes. And James Shea was the goalkeeper in the first 60. Walton, I think, was basically at fault for the goal. Basically a free header, a ball got whipped into the box. I think Walton just didn't communicate with Christ, and it was a dangerous ball, but it was one of those deliveries where if the keeper has confidence to come out and claim it, he claims it. Or if he communicates with Christ Makosso to deal with it, he would deal with it. But instead, there wasn't really communication, and then it was a free header for them to really score. So that was the only real disappointment, I would say, in the game, where we should have kept a clean sheet. 8-0 sounds a lot better than 8-1. But yeah, anyway, that was the only real, I would say, negative thing about the match. But the youngsters itself, definitely worth talking about, because some of them really did impress me. Phillips, Walters, Zach Nelson, Luca, Harris, and then there's the couple of other ones as well, like Vladimir, who played as a centre-half, and then you had another youngster in the first 60 minutes. I think it's Odozi. I think that's how you say his name. He featured. He looked okay playing the first 60 minutes. But yeah, overall, I thought, a really, really good performance. Now, looking online just quickly after the game, there's lots of people talking about the youngsters and saying how impressed they've been with them. They've took their opportunity. And that's what pre-season is all about. It is about taking your opportunity. And I know lots of fans are talking about spending money and buying, a player out there that's going to cost £5 million. But this is how I see it. If there's a player out there that costs £5 million, but he gives us the exact same as one of our youth players would do, surely the smart decision would be, why don't we just give the youth player, a player that's performing and developing and progressing extremely well within our academy setup, a chance to do it in the first team? Because he might end up, producing and giving us exactly the same as someone that might cost £5 million. So I don't understand, why can't we do that? That's not Luton being cheap. That's Luton actually being smart, choosing the smarter option. But that's how I view it. I've always been very vocal on my channel about spending money. We don't have to do it. If the smart options are out there, do it, But yeah, I really, really enjoyed watching the game, especially the second 60 minutes, 8-1. Really impressed with how Matt Bloomfield has done so far in pre-season, and long may it continue. Of course, let's not get overhyped on the opponent, because, second division of Slovenia. I think the third division of English football is miles clear of it. I think the real test will be against the likes of Southend, Gillingham and Tottenham, which we'll see in the next couple of weeks. We are playing a behind closed door friendly on Tuesday as well, so some players will feature in that. I don't think that game's going to be available to watch on a live stream like this one, so we'll have to wait and see from the match report and also from the highlights who featured and so on. But yeah, really liking what I'm seeing so far, and long may it continue. Matt Bloomfield really needs to start the season off really well, because there is a lot of pressure there. There's a lot of high expectation, and hopefully as well, next couple of weeks we still bring some additions to the club, and some players also leave as well, and then we can have a much better understanding on how we're going to play our football going forward and who's actually going to be with us. But really, really impressed with some of the youngsters. Definitely they took their opportunity in today's game. But if you did enjoy today's video, sorry that I've spoken far too long, smash the like button. Let me know how you felt watching the game, and if there's anything you would like to express in the comments. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll see you guys in my live stream that's happening tomorrow at 11 AM UK time. I have uploaded 2 videos yesterday on Friday talking about the latest signings which we brought to the football club and the away kit, and then I picked out 3 young players actually that I think are going to stand out in this next upcoming season. So if you haven't checked out those videos, please do, and I'll see you all in the next one.